In this video I will speedrun Superliminal. The speedrun starts in this hallway, which you just walk down. And then there's this chest piece, which you just move out of the way. And then there's these blocks that you just move the bottom one. And then you jump up. And in this game you can climb up ledges if you're close enough. Right there, I had to move the block onto that button. And move this block over here. And then there's some more hallways. There's this chest piece in here, which I moved to this button over here. And then another hallway. And then there's this cheat which acts as a staircase, so I have to make it big enough to walk up. And then I can move it over here and go right inside the door. Move that block out of the way, and then there's a wood plank right there, which you just put on the button. Now there's a block right here, and it has to be extremely small so that it can fit in an area over right there. And then put it on the button, and then there are a lot of buttons in this game that unlock doors. When the doorways are ripply, then you can't bring any blocks or any items through them, so that's why I had to put the block up. I had a lot of trouble with this one because I just didn't know how turning worked. But now I know how, it's pretty easy to just put those on both buttons. I also had a lot of trouble with this one because it's difficult for me to knock over these panels on the walls. But this time I got it pretty quickly. Another hallway. And then when you jump and fall, it's quicker than just walking off and falling. Almost every time a new level starts, you start in this area. And then there's something different. This time it's this room. First time I played this game, I didn't know which path to take, but since this is a speedrun, then I know where to go and everything. Most of the puzzles are just finding the object and putting it where it needs to go. Right here you have to look at the block in a certain way, and then it pops out like that. If you take the block with you, then you skip another puzzle. This is a trick that is used more than once in this, where you jump and pick up the item and then place it, and that makes it bigger. And then there's another door right here, and then the doorway appears. Jumping upstairs is faster than just walking up them. Right here there's a block that you need to look at again, like before. And then look at the green chest piece and move it out of the way. Now just pick up the moon, completely normal, and then there's a door on it that you have to pick up, and then make that larger. I made it a little bit too large, but it's not that big of a deal. If you move backwards, you can move in a loading screen, then that saves a little bit of time. You can skip the whole puzzle right here, if I can get it. Okay, there we go. And then that's just half a block. This level is all about the blocks are always different. And that block is just connected to the floor, so you pick up the floor. Move the vent out of the way. And then these blocks are in the perfect spot, so you can just jump and, as I was saying, you can just jump up there. And then these blocks are non-existent. This time you move that block down. I didn't move it further down enough. And then you take that one and move it to the side. And then it's possible to jump up there. These blocks are a little bit weird. And this block is completely normal. Oh, I guess it isn't. And there's a large block right here. And then you jump down there to fall a bit faster. And another elevator. Every time you go in an elevator, it's a new level. This is a horror level, so it has a lot of flashing lights. Just a warning. And then you move into the darkness and into here where there's some diet soda, where it looks like it says die, but it actually says diet soda. This area I had a lot of trouble with, as you can see. Luckily I got it second try this time. And there's some stairs to jump up. And a lot of red paint on the floor. And then if you look backwards right here, you can see the shadows. So you can see where the stairs are right there. You don't have to get the light right here, but I tried doing it without the light and it's very difficult. For some reason, every time I play this, I think you can just jump up those soda boxes. But you have to go on it in a certain way. Here's the end of the level where you turn on the lights. And there's no elevator. There's a same starting area again. Green door that you have to take with you to put it on there. Here there's a door that you duplicate. Yeah, that's the new thing with this level, is you can duplicate things. It's not always like it was there. Right here, you pick up a duplicate. But on the other part, you just duplicated it without picking it up. And there's an apple that you want to... Don't do that. You want to knock it out of the way, like that. And there's a red apple that I'll just ignore right now. And then over here, you want to duplicate the red apple like this. Like this. And then another hallway and some stairs. And then another duplicating this a bunch of times. And then you can just put those back like that. That's the end of that level. For some reason there's a different starting point with this. And then it's the same area again. I don't know why they did that, but they did, so. Then there's a house. This one is all about teleporting. Like right here. You go inside the house and then it's a large area. You have to make the house extremely big. I don't know why I picked up this radio right here. This is the only radio you can pick up, I think. Yeah, I just dropped it right there. Next, there's this fan that you can barely see. And you just have to make it extremely big. And then blow that house down. Well, it's not really a house, it's more of just a doorway. For some reason I always forgot what to do in this area. You have to pick up that window and go inside of it. And then another hallway. This area I had a lot of trouble with because it's hard to resize this castle. My goal, by the way, is less than 35 minutes. In this area, there's a pretty cool trick you can do by making that door tiny and then moving it up here and then walking in there, and then you go into the keyhole. Normally what you're supposed to do is put it inside of the keyhole, but you can just do that. For some reason that house floats, I have no idea why. That's bigger than it should be, but it's fine. I'm not trying to get the world record, because the world record is, you just have to watch it for yourself to That person tried a lot to get that. There's a skip you're supposed to do to make it a little bit faster, but I forgot about it, so it's longer than it normally is. This time you have to stop the alarm clock every time before entering the hallway, and then it teleports you back, and you have to do that a few times. This time you're sideways. And then it's just the same thing, you just stop the alarm clock on this chair. Now you have to go inside this painting. This game is very normal. Like, you have to do things you do in everyday life a lot in this game. Makes you go sideways again. And you have to open this door, only it doesn't open, it goes down there. Pick it up. Go over here. Go right. And inside here. Over here. Inside this door. Over to the wall. Fall down there. There's these stairs that you drop over there. This is one of my favorite parts of this game. This sequence of events. You have to look the opposite way of where it says the exit is, and then the exit, if you look the way the exit is first, then you have to start over. You don't want to use the dice block over there, instead you want to pick it up over here. Because if you use it how you're normally supposed to do it, then it teleports to a different area and it's slower. That happens for some reason. You have to move the other chess piece onto there. Then you have to pick up this dice block and then place it, and then go over here. And then pick up this dice block and place it. And then into this long hallway, which goes into a shorter hallway. The way you're supposed to go is back, left, right, I think. I don't know, it's a certain number of lefts and a certain number of rights. And then stop this alarm clock, which does that. This game is weird. Then there's a seemingly endless line of lights. They're just walls. This is literally the fastest way to do it, is go to one corner and then go to the other corner. This is almost to the end. There's one more section, I think. There's one more level, is what I meant. Yeah, this is the last level. Which is a pretty long level, but you have to make this door pretty big. This room pretty big, I should say. And then you have to pick up the room and then put it in the I don't know, it's pretty hard to explain. You have to put the room inside of the entrance of the room. I don't know. It's difficult to explain. It creates a paradox, and then there's all this white and black. This is probably the weirdest section of this entire game. You have to pick up the black, move it. I don't know. This level also has a lot of walking sections. As you can see. The beginning part, only it's all white this time. You go inside that shadow. You go over here, and then there's another hallway. Go through here. Pick up this window that you just walked out of. And then go up here. Another long walking section. For here, you want to click the light switch. And then walk through the stairs, and then walk up the stairs on the other side. You walk into the white and into the doorway that's over here. Walk into that room. Walk into this doorway over here. You can see the chess pieces are not looking the best in the back. I'm very bad at this section. There's a fast way to do it, but I'm not that good at it, so... Okay, I got that down. Now, to be able to enter this room, you have to place a block on the other side, which I did right there, and then you place the cheese on this side, and then you can make it big enough to go into that door. Right here you want to hit the ground as little as possible. There's a room you have to walk in right here, and it's very weird. Each mirror shows what you're seeing. Move the black out of the way, and then go down there. This is the last part. You see the clock turning to 8. And there's one more thing to do. It's the hardest part of the entire run. What you have to do, this is very complicated, you have to turn off the alarm clock. And then that's it. The whole reason I did this speedrun was to get the Superliminal achievement, so that's gonna be it for this video. If you liked it, please subscribe and comment any video ideas. All recommendations are welcome. Farewell.